Thank you for following my journey as a violin student. Last week I received the great news that I have passed my grade 2 exam. It's been a bit of a funny year this year, but I managed to use my lockdown and self-isolation time well. I've been learning to play the violin for about a year and a half, and I'm happy with my progress. I've had regular face-to-face and Skype lessons with my violin teacher, and she's been worth every penny. So I will just do a quick walkthrough of my journey so far. I started learning to play using the book Violin Star 1. I learned all the pieces, and then I decided I would go along the route of doing the exams, as I'm a very studious person, and I thought this would be the best way to motivate me. So I bought Violin Star 2, played through all the pieces, and then the 4 scales and arpeggios required. I was so excited when I got my exam book. The 3 pieces I chose to play were Adele and Nervid, Ode to Joy and Tango No. 2. So I practiced and my teacher wrote notes on my pages. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, my exam was cancelled, so we decided to move on. I bought Violin Star 3 and I worked through about halfway through the book, and I decided I would take the grade 2 exam in December. So again, I wrote down my scales in the Violin Star 3 book and learned those. The 3 pieces I chose were Minuet No. 7, Bamboo in the Breeze and the Kaylee. Again, I practiced and my teacher wrote down some notes for me. The Kaylee was particularly tricky for me, but I love playing the first and last bars. Very fun. The other thing I purchased was this sight reading book, but I must admit I only did about a third of the exercises. Finally, to help with my scales and arpeggios, I made some funky, colourful flashcards. One side showed finger positions and the other side was notation. Finally, I did lots of practice of scales, arpeggios, pieces and other unrelated pieces so that I didn't get bored of playing the same things. also made a little study chart to track how much I was practicing. So I actually went through 2 pages of this. That's why some of the scales and arpeggios look like they haven't been practiced, but they've actually been practiced so much that I felt actually I was good enough. I wouldn't have to work on these any longer. And as you can see, it was mainly the 2-octave scales, arpeggios, and the pieces that I needed to practice lots of. I hope you have found this video useful, and if you have an exam coming up, I wish you all the best.